the end zone. He's got Simpkins caught in for the touchdown. Deshaun Simpkins with the snag.
Looking left to Sims Marshall. Home run down for Jalen Marshall. He's got a touchdown.
And we bid you welcome to Middletown, the Barnitz Stadium. It's week 9 on senior night here at Chris Carter Field on Chatterbox Live, powered by Miami University Regionals. I'm Geoff Kim, flying solo with you here tonight. No partner here in Kevin Zilch. He is on assignment here for week 9. So we should have a fun one here tonight as Middletown, the Middies, come in with a record of 3-5, 2-5 in the GMC. They'll take on the number 3 team in the state, Lakota West. The Firebirds have a record of 8-0, 7-0 in the conference this year. West, as we had mentioned, at the top of the standings, and that's thanks to them winning a thriller a week ago, 38-31 at Fairfield in double overtime. Mitch Bolden passed for a touchdown and threw for 4 more. And Princeton beat the Middies last week 42-14 as we get you started with the nation's anthem. It was number 3, Lakota West, staying unbeaten with a double overtime thriller win in Fairfield a week ago for our game of the week, 38-31. A fantastic game from Mitch Bolden in that one, rushing for 4 touchdowns and throwing for another. Meanwhile, Middletown saw its 2-game winning streak end in Sharonville a week ago as they lost to Princeton 42-14. And if you're ready now, let's give you the starting lineups here in this ball game. First for the home team, the Middies at 3-5, 2-5 in the GMC. Don Simpson's the head coach in his 5th year, 8-36. His quarterback is Kellen Davis at 6'5", 235 pounds, a senior. Kellen, this year, 70 for 160, 43.8%, 1,049 yards, passing through the air, 9 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, a rating of 114.9. He also leads the team in rushing attempts with 83 and has scored a couple of times on the ground. Lamont Chambers, after a week off due to a high ankle sprain, gets back in the lineup tonight, 6'1", 215 pounds, the senior running back. And we have 4 wide receivers. DeMarco Powell at 6'3", 205, a senior. James Franklin at 6'2", 190, a junior. Talon Malacote at 5'10", 165, a sophomore. And Chandler Shields at 6'1", 160, a sophomore. The offensive line features left tackle Christian Printup at 6'1", 250 pounds, a senior. Sunil Santana at the left guard spot, 5'8", 230 pounds, a junior. Noah Early is the center, 5'10", 230 pounds, a junior. Evan Baggett is the right guard at 5'9", 250 pounds, a junior. And Jaden Lewis is the right tackle, 6'4", 250 pounds, a senior. And on defense to start things off, Lakota West at 8-0, 7-0 in the GMC. Tom Bolden at the helm in his 4th year, 33-7. In his 16th year overall, 165-28. The defensive starters look like this. The left end is Gabriel Flores at 6'2", 230, a junior. The nose guard, Kofi Bobby at 6'2", 235, a senior. And the right end is Elijah Davis, 6'2", 265, a junior. 4 linebackers, Jacob Asbeck, 6'1", 180, a junior. Micah Markley at 6'1", 215, a sophomore. Mike Brandkamp at 6 foot tall, also in the middle, 202 pounds, a senior. And back on the outside, Tabron Benny Powell at 6'2", 180 pounds, a junior. The corners are Drew Minnick at 6'2", 180, a junior, and Josh Fussell, 5'11", 185, a senior. The safeties are Malik Hartford at 6'3", 180, a senior, and Ben Minnick, 6'1", 185, a senior. When Lakota West gets on offense, it'll be Mitch Bolden at quarterback, 6'1", 202 pounds, a senior. He is 100 for 165 this year passing. That's 60.6% passing on the completions. 1,494 yards through the air. That's a league best. So is the 18 touchdown passes, 4 interceptions, and a rating of 167.8. He's also run the ball 103 times for 412 yards and 8 touchdowns. We expect to see Uedes Gonzalez at the running back spot, 5'10", 204 pounds, a junior. And for wideouts, Trent Lloyd back after a week's absence. 5'11", 180, a senior. Malik Hartford, 6'3", 180 pounds, a senior. Ben Minnick, 6'1", 185, a senior. And Brennan Remy at 6 foot tall, 175, a junior. The left tackle is Tony Curtis, 6'2", 246, a senior. Mikey Kurtz is the left guard, 6'1", 243, a senior. Alex Key is the center, 6'3", 260, a senior. Johnny Simpson is the right guard, 6'2", 221 pounds, a junior. And Caden Fletcher rounds out the offensive line at right tackle, 6'2", 245 pounds, a senior. And then when we see Middletown on defense, they'll start things off with a three-man front. The left end is Jovan Davis, 6'2", 195, a junior. Quentin Russell is the nose guard, 6'2", 235 pounds, a junior. And Majaden Lewis, the right end, at 6'4", 250 pounds, a senior, as here come the Firebirds. The linebackers, four of them on the outside. Christian Printup, 6'1", 250 pounds, a senior. Lamont Chambers on the other side, 6 foot tall, 195, a senior. The inside backers are Gabe Terrell, 6 foot tall, 190, a junior. And Ronan Casanova, 5'11", 212 pounds, a senior. The corners are Michael Dorn at 5'8", 150 pounds, a junior. And Max Johnson at 5'11", 160, a sophomore. Talon Malakota is at one safety spot at 5'10", 165, a sophomore. And the other safety is DeAndre Goodson, 5'10", 185, a junior. Tonight's referee is Mark Davistel. The umpire is Brandon Benjamin. Michael McCarthy is the line judge. The linesman is Vernon Richardson, and Robert Ogle is the back judge. Game time temperature, 62 degrees. Winds moving south at about 14 miles per hour, though right now we're looking at the flags to our left, and they are dead for the time being, though they had been gusting left to right in that direction as we look to our left. The series between these two schools resume tonight after a 2-year absence. The last time they met was Week 10 in 2019 in Beckett Ridge. West ran away with the win in that one, 41-13. The Firebirds have won 7 in a row here in this series. Now, for the last time Middletown had won in this series, you have to go back a little ways. Week 6, that's September 30th in 2011. Here in Barnitz, the Middies blew out West 47-7. Young man named Jalen Marshall had 11 carries for 226 yards and 4 touchdowns in the first half. Here come the Middies. In the home purple here on senior night with the white numerals and trim. So we're just mere moments away from the start of this one. In fact, we have the 12 minutes on the first half clock, the first quarter clock, up on the board. As we had mentioned at the top, Lakota West at the top of the stack in the conference. 7-0 in conference. They're the only unbeaten team. Princeton follows along with Mason. Both are 6-1 in the GMC, followed by Fairfield at 5-2. At 3-4 are Coleraine and Lakota East, followed by Middletown at 2-5, tied with Oak Hills in the conference. Hamilton is 1-6 in the GMC, and rounding things off in the 10-team league is Sycamore, winless in 7 tries. Typically at this point, we would go and zero in with Zilch and get Kevin's keys to the ball game. As you well know, he is not here with us tonight. I will tell you this, if Middletown wants to win this game, they need to play keep away on offense. That means control the clock and don't look necessary for the big plays. Just keep churning along on drives, and obviously that means converting on third downs. And right now, Middletown, well, they need to improve upon that part of it. Just 24.5% on third down this year, whereas West has no problem, or seemingly has little problem in moving the ball on third down this year at 49.3%. They'll get the ball to start things off. Ben Minnick will be out there, along with Giovanni Wilson, who lit things up offensively, had a touchdown reception a week ago in Fairfield. They're at their own 15-yard line. Giovanni Wilson is one of the best in returning the ball this year. on kickoffs, 31.5 yards per kick. And it'll be Zach Johnson from his own 40 to get things started. He approaches the tee, and away we go here in Middletown. A short kick at the 18 for Minnick. Angles to the left, has room out to the 30, to the 35, down the line, 40, down to midfield on the cutback. Now out across midfield to the 45, down to the 40-yard line. An outstanding field position for West to start things off here tonight in Middletown. So a return of 42 yards for Ben Minnick to get this one started. Ball's at the opposing 40-yard line. Just 11 seconds deep into this. Mitch Bolden is the quarterback. You see Ladies Gonzalez to his right. And the give goes to Gonzalez off left tackle, has the corner for 3 yards. Gonzalez was a game-time decision. We talked to Tom Bolden prior to the start of this one. He's been banged up a little bit. He was banged up a little bit last week in Fairfield, but he was good to go here, and he got the first carry. A pickup of 3 for a West team that averages 137 yards on the ground this year. They go triplets to the bottom of your screen. Brendan Remy is in a slot closest to the line. And the keeper for Bolden up the gut has a first down. Angles left to the 20, out to the sideline, and will roll out of bounds out to the 15-yard line.
It'll be first and 10 Lakota. Ball will be placed on the Middletown.
So a 23-yard pickup for Bolden on second down, and they're in the red zone for the first time tonight. This is a West team that's averaging 37.4 points a contest. That is second in the GMC this year. He claps for the ball, a dummy count, and now we'll reset. And now motions Wilson, who comes left side, has the angle across the 10, and down across the 10, and inside the 10 for second down.
Brought down by Pickett. Second down for Lakota West.
So a pickup of, we'll call it 7, so second and 3. They need the 4 for the line to gain. Bolden motions a man. He motions Lloyd out to the right side, has the cut back, and now is stopped. And once he was stopped, he really had nowhere to go. Ronan Casanova, the first one in to stop him. So no gain for Trent Lloyd, who was absent a week ago. Had nursed a leg injury. I believe it was a hamstring, if I recall, and he's now back in action after getting his first carry. Third down. We'll call it down and distance, or actually outside of it on a slight loss on the last play. It's Lloyd in the backfield with Bolden. And the keeper by Bolden down to the 5-yard line. He's pretty close to where he needed to be for a first down. He is short of the first down by about a yard, and they think they're going to go for it. So 4th and short, they need the 4-yard line for the line to gain. And they keep up the middle, and it's going to be really close. I don't know that West got it on a big push backwards. Ronan Casanova was in there, along with Gavin Thigpen. So it is good enough for a first down. He just got enough as he cleared the 4-yard line. First and goal with 9:15 left to go here in this first period. Just getting started here in Middletown, no score. And what a difference field position makes. Lakota West got a strong 42-yard kickoff return from Ben Minute to get really set the last drive in motion. All runs, as we had mentioned, 7 runs before the kick. And then now we'll see what Middletown does here with Kellen Davis, who has thrown 160 times this year. We'll go to a 4-wide out look. Lamont Chambers behind the quarterback, and now he'll position himself to the right. Actually, now they'll go triplets to the near side. And the give, Lamont Chambers off the left side on a stretch play, and he is going to be stopped after a short gain. Stretched out, but Malik Hartford came in on a stop. Out to the 17-yard line, so it's a little further ahead than what we had spotted him at. And he picks up, well, we'll call it 3 on the play, out to the 17-yard line. They put the ball in the near hash, and they go doubles on each side. Actually, they bring in a tight end, and they go strong to the left. Motion on the west line, no flag, and another pass play this time. And this one is caught off the deflection, and it'll be a loss on the play. So the pass play completed on the deflection. It went to Jovan Davis. And no gain on the first pass play of the night. And it's third down and long. They'll spot the ball at the 16, so officially a loss of 1 on the first pass play of the night. 7:28 to go, motion on the right side of the line, and this time they'll flag him. So Elijah Davis came out of his stance off the right side, and instead of 3rd and long, it'll be 3rd and short. 3-0 Lakota West with the lead. As we had mentioned, the 3rd-ranked team in the state. And the voice that you hear tonight is Mark Davistel, who is the referee. So 3rd and 3, down in distance, triplets to the bottom of your screen, and the quarterback keeping off the left side and pushing his big 235-pound frame is Davis, and he has the first down. So that one is at the 25-yard line, a first down. He needed 3, got 4 on the play. Nice run off left tackle behind Prinup and Santana. 7:17 left to go here in this first period. Twins to the bottom of your screen, and they put Chambers behind the quarterback, Davis, and now they'll motion him up to the quarterback. And it's a run play to Chambers, and he got a surge. He was hit initially at the 25-yard line, finally brought to rest by the sophomore linebacker in Micah Markley. So good churn by Lamont Chambers, who is nursing a high ankle sprain. He missed last week's game at Princeton. Lamont is 6'1", 215 pounds. He is a senior. He's a captain on this team. Second and 8. And the quarterback keeping off the left side, and Davis trying to get back up the middle. That's Kofi Bobby territory and a gain of a yard. So another 3rd down opportunity for Middletown. As we mentioned towards the top of our broadcast, 22 for 90 coming into this ball game for 24.5%, though they have converted on their first 3rd down attempt of the night. Meanwhile, opponents for Lakota West this year, about 24.5%. So we'll see if things go back to regressing to the mean statistically here on 3rd down. 3rd and long. Davis back to throw. Down the near side. It is incomplete. Intended for James Franklin on the 9 route down at the bottom of your screen. A little too long, and Middletown will have to punt.
Lakota West, back east for West is number 14, Remy.
Ball spotted at 27. The punter's back at the 15, Talon Malakote, who's averaging just about 33 yards a kick, and it's Remy at his own 40-yard line. He boots it on a nice step around. Fair catch called for by Remy in Middletown territory for the second time tonight, this one at the 47-yard line. So a 20-yard punt officiating, and we either see a marker or a flag down on the field out at the 47-yard line. I believe it's just a marker, not a flag. They'll pick it up. And again, after the 20-yard kick officially, again, good field position for Lakota West, up by 3 points. Quickly ready to go. Bolden will throw for the first time tonight, and he throws out to the sideline, complete for a first down.
Incomplete to Lloyd, pushed out of bounds by Dorn. First and 10, Lakota West. Ball at the Middletown 34-yard line.
So pickup of 13. It goes to Trent Lloyd. West quickly to the line. They go twins in a stack to each side, and Bolden to throw again, and out to the left side once more, and he'll go to Brennan Remy here on the catch. So they're picking on that left side, that strong side, out towards the visiting sideline. And a modest pickup, we'll call it 8 on the pickup. So 2 for 2 tonight for Bolden to start things out. He had a roll, he was on a roll in the Fairfield game a week ago, had 7 pass completions in the middle innings of that ball game. On second and short, Bolden will keep, he'll call his own number, has a 20, cuts back to the 10, down to the 5, to the goal line he goes!
Bolden.
And this one, a short kick taken by one of the up men at the 15. Angles actually stays up the seam, and will take it up to the 28-yard line. And the return man, Talon Malakote, got a good return, and it'll be first and 10. Out at the, we're gonna call it the 28-yard line. Davis is the quarterback, and he'll give Lamont Chambers, angles to the sideline, and is pulled out of bounds after a couple of yards. Dragged down by the linebacker, Jacob Asbeck.
At the 33-yard line, it'll be second down for your
We'll call it a gain of 4, 2nd and 6. Middletown averaging just about 18 points a ballgame, officially 17.9. They're rushing the ball to the tune of about 121 yards per ball game. And a run play to the right. And maybe a yard on the play. So Brandcamp on the stop, and it looked like Schroeder. Eric Schroeder, who was in relief a week ago, gets his first carry. Schroeder had a big game, in fact, in the Colerain game a couple of weeks ago. Had a big, long touchdown in that contest. Movement on the line, but West will reset. Elijah Davis really wants to get off the line in a hurry, as they're slanted to the left side. And now they go, trips to the left, Middletown does, and Kellen to throw. He'll throw to the left side, incomplete, off the hands of James Franklin, and Drew Minnick wasn't going to have any piece of that. So another punting situation. As the ball is spotted at the 34-yard line. Malakote on for another punt. He had a 20-yarder his last go-around, and it's Remy out at his own 35-yard line. Middletown stacking the line a bit, but they will kick. And Malakote left foots it out there, and there will be a fair catch call for a much deeper kick this time, out at the 26-yard line. So a 40-yard punt this time. And with 3:57 left to go, we'll see if West can up their 9-0 lead. And this is the worst starting position, believe it or not. Actually, this ball goes back to the 26. We did say the 26. All right, we got it. So with 3:57 left to go, West will get back on offense. They've scored on their first 2 possessions of the night. Twins to the top side. And they go in a bunch to the left. Davion McCoy, we expect to see a few more minutes tonight. He's in the backfield, and Mitch has time. He'll throw to the right, and it is complete out of the 30-yard line. Receiver will take it up to the 35-yard line. That is Scott Johnson for his first catch of the night. Johnson had a couple of catches a week ago at Fairfield, and they came up in a very timely situation. A pickup of 9. And 3 straight completions here to start things off for Bolden. And we'll see if they run on 2nd and 1 with 3:21 left to go here in this first period. Bolden will throw out to the left side. It is Lloyd who has a first down across the 40-yard line.
Tackle made by Goodson for your Middies. Reception made by number
DeAndre Goodson on the stop, but not before they move the chains.
at their 41-yard line.
That's 4 straight completions now to start the ball game for Bolden. They go empty out the backfield. It's a shotgun look for Bolden. 2:54 on the clock. They motion Lloyd, and a play action and a throw downfield complete out to the 45-yard line. Receiver takes it up to the 40. And that is Josh Fussell on the catch. A pickup of 19 on the play. Fussell doesn't see a lot of time at receiver, and he didn't see any time, I believe, if I recall, from a week ago, but he gets his first catch of the night. Triplets to the bottom of your screen, out to the boundary. Bolden calls for it, has time, steps up, now runs out of time, now will keep for a couple of yards.
Back on the play by Terrell, and
Gabe Terrell made the stop. Gabe has done outstanding as a middle linebacker, one of the middle linebackers this year. 47 tackles coming on in, including 5 for losses. So a pickup of, we'll call it 3, 2nd and 7 on the 3-yard keeper by Bolden. And again, they'll just disdain the running back, and they'll motion Minnick into the backfield, and now they'll fake to Minnick, and they'll set up the screen on the backside. It's to Lloyd, close to a first down, out towards the 30-yard line. Actually, it's Brendan Remy on the catch. So he needed 7, and they're going to move the chains. So the backside screen is something that we didn't really see much of a week ago against Fairfield, and the week before that against Mason. We saw plenty of it 2 weeks ago, actually 3 weeks ago now, against Hamilton. They go 4 wide and flood that side of the field, and now they motion Lloyd into the backfield, and now they put him out there into space. Bolden throws downtown for Minnick, and it's off his hands. He had a step on the defensive back, and that's the first incompletion tonight for Bolden. So Lakota West getting a little tricky on these pass plays, the motioning a receiver into the backfield and then setting them out into space. 2 plays before, it was a screen back the other way, and then it was a downtown shot on this last one, incomplete. 2nd and 10 out of the 29-yard line. Bolden to throw once more, and this time he'll throw into space to Minnick, who sidesteps a man out to the 25, cuts by another one, and has the first down. Out to the 19-yard line, needed 10, got 10. Casanova on the stop. But a nice bit of shake and bake twice for Ben Minnick, who's a really nice young man. We got a chance to talk to him at the Firebirds show on Monday over at Buffalo Wings and Rings. He is just very, very happy to get the recruiting process behind him. He said he talked about it being a whirlwind, thinking about all the schools that led up to Notre Dame, and then once Notre Dame came a-calling, he really paid attention. And while he did take the other visits seriously, when Notre Dame comes calling, you do perk up a little bit. And they flood 4 to the left. Bolden throws to the right, wouldn't you know it, and it goes to Remy.
Tackle on the play by Middletown Johnson. Pass complete to Remy.
So Remy picks up minimal yards with 35 ticks of the clock left to go here in this first period, as Lakota West is trying to tack on here in the first 12 minutes. A pickup of 7, and Bolden has been incredibly efficient tonight throwing the ball. Again, they go 4 wide, so they flood the visiting side, and they motion Lloyd. They look to Lloyd's way, and now he'll throw to Lloyd, out into space, incomplete, a little too tall for him as he moved towards the sideline. I'm Geoff Kim. Thanks for joining us here on Chatterbox Plus tonight. Middletown and Lakota West. Middletown has won a couple of games in a row, Sycamore and Coleraine, and that was on the strength of a really solid running game. Lamont Chambers in both those wins totaled 300 yards on the ground. So it tells you that when they're going good, they're running the ball, they're running clock, and they are holding on to the ball. Out of the timeout, Bolden will get a tight formation. Davion McCoy's in the backfield with them out at the 13-yard line. They motion Lloyd, and now he'll keep, and now he's dragged down. No gain out on that far side. Javon Davis and Ronan Casanova out there on the stop.
It brings up fourth down for the Firebirds.
So we'll see if they let the clock run out here and go to the quarter and change sides of the field. And that's what they're going to do. We switch sides of the field, and Lakota West will go for it on fourth down, where they're 60% on fourth this year. And Bolden is stopped in the backfield. Wrapped up for a loss. But Jaden Lewis on the stop, and it's a turnover on downs. So we appreciate Middletown, by the way, their staff here, and setting us straight. It is 13-0, so we didn't actually see the first touchdown. So Bolden had scored on the first touchdown. The point after was good. And to be fair, I don't know if I ever saw hands go up in the air, and I think that was part of the problem on that. So it is 13-0 on 2 Bolden touchdowns. He's got 10 rushing touchdowns this year. Davis, meanwhile, to start things off for Middletown, has to keep it, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. I don't know if he did. Asbeck's in there, so is Micah Markley. No gain to bring up second down. Here's the end around play coming to the right, and a flag on the play coming from the side judge. Penalties against Middletown, and they'll back up. Appears to be a hold. At least that's the call coming in from the near side. So they'll mark the ball half the distance back to the goal line. Out to the 7. They need the 25 for the line to gain, so 2nd and 18. And the run play. That's a few yards across the 10 and out to the 12-yard line. So Chambers has 5 on that play. 3rd down again coming up. Nothing here in Middletown. Number 3, Lakota West, doing what they normally do, and then it's another timeout. Charged to Don Simpson and his crew, their 2nd here in this first half. Miami University Regionals is accepting applications for 2023 classes. With over 30 majors offered in person and online, you can design a schedule that fits your needs and start earning your Miami degree. Conveniently located in Hamilton, Middletown, Westchester, and online. Learn more at miamioh.edu/regionals. Special teams are something that we kind of expect to play a factor tonight. Both teams have scored on defense and on special teams this year. Lakota West has scored 4 times on defense, 3 on interceptions, 1 on a scoop and score, and twice on special teams, 1 on a kickoff return and another on a block punt, then the scoop and score subsequently. Middletown has scored 3 touchdowns on defense this year, 2 on picks, and then 1 on a fumble recovery, and then 1 on a kickoff return. Michael Dorn, in fact, got a 93-yarder last week. 3rd and 13 as we come out of the timeout with 10-11 left to go till halftime. And a long ball out to the left side and too long. So Talon Malakot had broken into the clear, had a few yards on the defensive back, but throw was a little too strong out to the sideline.
Once again, we'd like to give a warm Middies welcome to the class of 1977.
So it'll be a punting situation here from the 12-yard line for Middletown. Brennan Remy expects a short kick. He's at the Middletown 45-yard line. And we'll see if Lakota West goes after the punter. They do not. They'll set up the return. And it's a spiraling kick that gets by Remy. And it is downed in Lakota West territory. He had wisely gotten away from it. And had he touched it, that would have been Katie bar the door and 6 for Middletown the other way. 39 yards on the punt, nothing on the return, and from the 49-yard line with 9:55 left to go here until halftime, it's a 13-0 score for Lakota West. West was stopped on downs the last time down. They went for it on 4th down. Disdain pulling up 16-0, they decided to go for it on 4th and short, and Bolden found himself stopped. But it was a turnover on 3 plays, and now the keeper by Bolden off left tackle. Behind Tony Curtis, the senior, fellow senior, and Bolden gains 4, maybe 5 on the play. Mitch, as we said, a dual threat. He's got 10 touchdowns rushing this season on the ground. He's got 18 through the air, so 28 and counting here just a quarter and change deep into this 9th game of the year. So 30's on the horizon, maybe as soon as tonight. And Bolden's in the gun. Deep drop with time. He steps up, still has time. He throws, and it is complete to Lloyd down the sideline. 10, goodbye. 47 yards on the hookup.
The score is Lakota West 19 and Middletown 0. On to the extra point, team number 35, Bone.
So Lloyd gets in the scoring column. He was absent a week ago from that after racking up 188 total yards against Mason 2 weeks ago. Here's the kick up and through, 20-0. Did they miss it? So the initial thought we had was it was good, and then they've waved off the extra point. So it's 19-0 with 9 minutes left to go here till halftime. So things that you normally don't see, especially with Tyler Bond on conversions. He'd only missed one coming into this ball game, and then tonight we've seen 2 misses. Or 1 miss here on the last conversion, and then the last one prior to that was a muff and a missed conversion after that. So 19-0 on a 2-play drive that soaks up 55 seconds. It was a connection from Bolden to Lloyd for 47 yards. No good on the point after, and 19-0 is your score. Michael Dorn at his own 5 and a deep kickoff. Sending Dorn back to the 2. Comes up the middle, looking for the seam to the 20, and still on his feet, and now finally knocked down at the 20, and now a late flag coming in from the kickoff side. So an 18-yard return, but let's hold things here with 8:52 left to go and see what the flag is. So the initial signal is against the return team in Middletown. Mark Davistel is the referee tonight. So Davistel will set the ball out at the 10-yard line. $8:52 left to go till halftime. 19-0 here at Barnitz Stadium at Chris Carter Field, named for the Ohio State legend and the Pro Football Hall of Famer. And it'll be 1st down and 10 at the 10-yard line. Doubles to each side, and they motion Schroeder up to the quarterback. And they give to Schroeder up the middle as he scats towards the hash line and gains 5 on the play. So a good run for Eric Schroeder, who had a very big game against Coleraine a couple weeks ago. Seeing more time here. We know Lamont Chambers has been dealing with a high ankle sprain. He did get the start tonight, but we're seeing a little bit more of Schroeder now. And here's the run play, and it's a loss on the play. So no gain. Kofi Bobie the first one in there. $7:51 left to go till halftime, 19-0. 3rd, and we'll call it 5 after the no gainer. They need the 20 for the line to gain. Chambers is back in with the quarterback in the offensive backfield. And now Davis is rushed, and he will be brought down close to where he needed to be for the 1st down. Mike Brandkamp was the first one to meet him, and Davis just kept pushing on Brandkamp, and we've got a flag in as well. Now where the flag came in from, it looked like it was the offensive backfield, and it appears to be a hold.
Holding, offense, opposition field goal, 3rd down.
So they'll move the ball back to the 7-yard line on the hold and the yardage lost on the penalty. And they still need the 20 for the line to gain, so 3rd and 13. Chambers is in the backfield with the quarterback Davis, twins on each side. And the quarterback Davis looking to throw, and now He holds onto the ball and let it go, and we've got to stop. So forward progress out to the 5-yard line, and a loss of 2 on the play. That's where they'll call the play dead.
It'll bring up 4th down for the Middies. Malika will punt away to number 14, Remy.
So Remy will come on out to see if he can get a return, but I would imagine West will go after the punter here in this situation. 6:32 left to go here in this first half, 19-0. Lakota on his own back line. And they are coming after him. He does get it away, a spiraling kick, and it goes to Remy at the 35-yard line. Spun around once, twice, and is lucky to gain a couple of yards. Finally putting him down was Trevon Bryant. So a 31-yard punt, we'll call it, and a return of 3.
At the 32-yard line.
So again, strong field position for Lakota West. Looking to up their 3-score lead. Remy comes up a little gimpy. He'll head to the sideline. Josh Fussell will take his place in the lineup and move to the split end spot. And the end around give, it goes to Minnick, has a sideline, and is pushed out towards the 27.
Tackle on the play by GMC. Brings up 2nd down for the Firebirds.
So we'll pick up a 5 here for Minnick. Fussell will stay in. I don't know what happened to Brennan Remy, but all I know is he had called for the sideline and he was a little gimpy coming off. 2nd and 5, 6:07 on the clock. Dummy count by Bolden. Now he gets the ball, rolls to the half right, and now throw back. It's a screen, and it's a play that goes down to the 10-yard line. So Scott Johnson on the reception, and a good pickup there for Scott, his 2nd reception of the night. First down and 10. I guess it's 1st and goal. So it's 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Bolden in the gun. Another half roll to the right, looking, throwing, and nearly picked off. So Bolden threw to a spot, nobody was home, and Michael Dorn, the cornerback, should have had a pick in the end zone and moved the ball out to the 20. 5:32 left to play here in this first half, 19-0. 2nd down and a long look in towards the sideline to get a play. Giovanni Wilson will come back into this ball game. And we do see, well, I do believe we see Remy out on the field. We do. So he is out there, and we see the big tight end, Luca Gilbert, as well. And now we've got to stop. They'll reset the clock. I believe it's a timeout here with 5:32 left to play here in this first half. Miami University Regionals is accepting applications for 2023 classes. With over 30 majors offered in person and online, you can design a schedule that fits your needs and start earning your Miami degree. Conveniently located in Hamilton, Middletown, Westchester, and online. Learn more at miamioh.edu/regionals. Right now, with 5:32 left to go here in this first half, Bolden is 10 of 13 passing tonight. He's got a touchdown pass, a 47-yarder that went to Trent Lloyd earlier this quarter. to make the score 19-0. Second and goal. Bolden out of the timeout, now throws out to the side for Giovanni Wilson, looking post corner, incomplete. So they were looking for Giovanni Wilson and Max Johnson in coverage. 3rd and 10. And that was a hot shot there by Bolden. Twins to each side. Bolden to throw on 3rd down, looking over the middle, touchdown! Giovanni Wilson, his second score in as many weeks, 25-0. That is the 20th touchdown pass this year for Mitch Bolden. He has a combined 30 touchdowns this year. 20 passing, 10 rushing. Here's the kick for Tyler Bond, and good. 26-0 here for Lakota West with 5:22 left to play here in this first half. The pass play of 10 yards to Wilson capped off a 4-play drive that went 1 minute, or a little less than a minute, in fact, 52 seconds. It went 32 yards, again, capped off on the pass play from Bolden, who gets his 20th touchdown of the year, to Giovanni Wilson, who gets his 3rd receiving touchdown this season. Extra point is good, and our brand new score of 5:22 left to go is 26-0.
Will kick off for Lakota West. That team will get Middies. Number 6, Dorn. Number 7, Malco. And number 13, Lamonte Chambers.
So Bond to kick off to the northwest, in towards the end zone, and this one's a touchback. And this one will come out to the 20. First touchback of the night for Tyler Bond, and he's kind of a secret weapon for this team. In fact, he's already had 54 kickoffs, including what we've seen here tonight, and then he's now got 27 touchbacks. That is by far the biggest number in the GMC. That is a bigger number than the rest of the entire league combined. The rest of the league combined coming into this ball game had 19. So with 5:22 left to go, it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Quarterback keeping, and he gains a couple yards to the left.
Brings up 2nd down for Middletown.
Gain of 3 on the play. 2nd and 7. Still see Chambers in at running back, and now he'll position himself to the left of the quarterback, Davis. On 2nd down, Davis to throw, looking, and he is hit at the 10-yard line, now runs out of it, and now moves to the right, and is throwing down the field, and it is complete out at the 31-yard line. So a little bit of a Houdini act as he found DeMarco Powell for the reception, and now we've got a down Firebird back at the 11-yard line. So Elijah Davis is the Firebird that's shooken up with 4:31 left to go. But again, a Houdini act, and in fact, Davis was in there on the pressure on Davis, and so, you almost think that he was expecting to hear a whistle on forward progress on trying to sack the quarterback, Davis ran out of it, got away from it, and threw on the move and threw a strike to the receiver in DeMarco Powell. So they'll spot the ball at the 32-yard line. They needed 7. They got 9 on the play. And Elijah Davis is on his feet, walking off under his own power.
Ball at the Middletown 32-yard line.
Bit of a quarterback comparison as we go here. 431. Mitch Bolden, by the way, 10 of 15 unofficially for 153 yards and 2 touchdowns. As Davis will give to the running back, looking for the corner. Chambers gets his feet taken out from underneath them after a gain of a couple.
It'll be second down for your Middies. Ball at the Middletown.
On the other side for Davis, he is 2 for 5 tonight passing for 8 yards. The first play went for minus, and then he had the 9-yard pass play to keep this drive going. So a gain of 1 officially for Chambers. Twins on each side with 3:45 to go till halftime, 26-0. Chambers sets up to the right of the quarterback. And Davis wants to throw. He throws. It's too long. In fact, I think Malik Hartford was a little bit the one closest to it out at the 45-yard line. So 3rd down coming up, 3rd and 9 from the 33. They need the 42 for the line to gain with 3:31 frozen on the clock on the incompletion. Quarterback on the move, in trouble, and is dropped out at the 30-yard line. Elijah Davis. As soon as he left the ball game, he came back in, and that's a sack, a loss of 3 on the play. Big motor for the junior, who's getting a lot of good looks right now collegiately. His last visit was to the University of Pittsburgh. He's had visits to Pittsburgh, to Toledo, to Tennessee. Tennessee will be the site of a very big game of undefeateds tomorrow between Tennessee and Alabama. As we got a stop in action, 3:14 left to go on the timeout. See 1 up on the board for Lakota West, and you kind of get the idea that it's not so much as they're planning for a 2-minute drive with 3:14 left to go. It's about how they can manage the clock towards the rest of this first half. We got a protracted timeout here with 3:14. Offensively here this year, West is 3rd in yards and 2nd in scoring. Middletown is 4th in yards and 5th in scoring within the conference this year. Defensively, Lakota West is 1st in yards allowed and points allowed. Middletown is 8th in both of those categories. So if there's nothing else to be said on this, right, the offenses, well, might have some of the same capabilities. It's the defenses that have separated the two here this season. So we come out of the timeout with 3:14 left to play here till halftime, 26-0. And we see a new return man coming in for Lakota West. I believe that's Wilson, Giovanni Wilson, out at the 39-yard line. So the ball spotted at the 33. Lakota to punt. He left foots it. It's a high spiraling kick. Wilson out at the 30. Mishandles the ball. It's still loose. And it's picked up by Lakota West out to the 20-yard line. So a near disaster on that, recovered by Aaron Cayo. That was a situation that you would have had fair catch, or Brennan Remy calling for fair catch, or just simply running away from the ball. In this case, Wilson opted to try and go get it, and this ball is spotted out at the 24-yard line. So in this case, West is lucky to retain possession. So the ball's at the 24. West has it. Bolden to throw. Throws left and incomplete out at the 33-yard line. Intended for Wilson and defended out there by Gabe Terrell. That's a bit of a mismatch, an athlete slash wide receiver slash running back against a linebacker, but Terrell was in good position and it's incomplete. Clock stops on the incompletion, 2nd and 10. Bolden in the gun, twins on each side. He drops back to throw and now will step up and roll to the left, has some room out towards the 30-yard line.
Bolden pushed out of bounds by Terrell.
Escorted out of bounds by Gabe Terrell, but a modest gain on 2nd down. As they spot the ball out of the 30-yard line, a pickup of, we'll call it 6. So 3rd and we'll call it 4 with 2:50 to go here in this half. And again, they go twins on each side, outside the hash marks. Bolden to throw, short drop, and now runs out to the sideline, throws on the run, complete out at the 38-yard line. A sliding grab out on the sideline for Malik Hartford. So they needed a 34 for the line to gain, an 8-yard pickup, and I think they're coming back on this one. They are, so wave off the pass completion. So they'll bring the ball back on a holding call. Got a little piece of that by the referee, Mark Davistel. And they'll spot the ball out at the 20. They need the 34 for the line to gain, so 3rd and 14. And we'll see if they go underneath here and try to set up a screen, or if they'll see if they can attack the sideline. Bolden to throw with time, now looks at the sideline, and it is incomplete out at the sideline. Intended for Brennan Remy, and it'll be a punting situation with 2:15 to go here in this first half. Ball will be spotted at the 20-yard line. It's a punting situation. Minnick back at his own 5. He will punt it away. Spiraling kick out to the far sideline. It appears to hit the 47 and then stayed in play out to the 49-yard line. So it took a Middletown bounce backwards. Down by Micah Markley, the sophomore linebacker. And it's a 31-yard punt, nothing on the return. .206 left to play here in this first half, and Middletown trying to get a 2-minute drive here to get the first points of their night up on the board. Ball is spotted officially at the 48-yard line, 1st and 10. and a run play for a few yards. Talon Malakote, who has seen some time at quarterback this year, got the direct snap and picks up 3 on the play. Talon is one of the sophomores that head coach Don Simpson is really enjoying this year. Malakote offensively as a wide receiver, so is Chandler Shields, and they're making an impact this year on the offensive side of the ball. Triplets to the bottom of your screen. And another run play out to the right side. So Malakote on for the run, and Elijah Davis the first one in there.
46-yard line, third down and short for the Middies.
Third and we'll call it 4. They need the 42 for the line to gain as we come up on 1 minute left to go here in this first half. Chambers is in the backfield with Malakote. And now we've got a stop and a timeout charge to Middletown. Miami University Regionals is accepting applications for 2023 classes. With over 30 majors offered in person and online, you can design a schedule that fits your needs and start earning your Miami degree. Conveniently located in Hamilton, Middletown, Westchester, and online. Learn more at miamioh.edu/regionals. I'm Geoff Kim. Thanks for joining us here on Chatterbox Plus this evening. Middletown and Lakota West. Lakota West, as we had mentioned towards the top of the broadcast, ranked 3rd in the state. Last week, they were ranked 2nd. So they won last week. It was a double overtime thriller in Fairfield. Why did they go down? Well, that's how good Lakewood St. Edward has been. They've been on a bit of a run, and they're going to face number 1 Moeller tomorrow, as I understand that. So that should be a heck of a matchup outside of the playoffs, 1 versus 2. So Moeller's number 1 here in this week's poll. Lakewood St. Edward's 2. Lakota West is 3. Springfield is 4th, followed by Dublin Jerome at the 5 spot. 3rd and 4, and Malakote still is the quarterback. Wins to each side. Malakote to throw. Deep drop. He's flush from the pocket and now rolls, gets away across the 45, across the 40, and this is escorted out of bounds by Asbeck. But he needed 4. He got 13 on the play and moved the chains 1st and 10. And we got a flag. It came in the offensive backfield. So while we were paying attention to Malakote, it looked like that came in the area of holding, and they're going to bring it back. So that's a very tough break for ball will be spotted back at the 44-yard line. So that's a tough flag for Middletown here in the final minute of this first half. Lakota West showing blitz as they reposition Chambers to the right of the quarterback, Malakote. He's back to pass once more, and now is flushed. Now a run for him. Looking for the sideline across the 50, looking for the first down, and he'll come up a little bit short of it. And the quarterback has yet to get up as he is dropped by Mike Brandkamp. A couple yards short of the first down, and the clock stopped with 25 seconds. So Brandkamp in on the stop. And they're still tending to Malakote, who got hit very hard by Brandkamp. In fact, we see both head coaches coming on out. Tom Bolden on the visitor side coming out to see, obviously the play closest to him. And then Don Simpson all the way out to 10 to the injured player. 25 ticks of the clock left to go. Not the way that Don Simpson wanted this first half to go. 26-0 right now with West in command and set to get the ball back here in the closing seconds of the first half. And Malakote's to his feet. So he got his bell rung pretty good by Brandkamp, and he is up and at him after about a minute just to collect his faculties. So what do you do here? Do you go for it? I'm not sure. We're looking to see if Kellen Davis will get back out there. West has apparently called for the timeout. So we have a protracted wait here. We had mentioned the top 5 teams in the state. Moeller at 1, Lakewood St. Edward at 2, Lakota West is 3, followed by Springfield and Dublin Jerome. Elder is 6th, so they're 6-2. They're a 2-loss team, and they're in the top 10, followed by Princeton. Cleveland Heights is tied with Princeton for 7th, and Gahanna Lincoln is 9th, and Medina is ranked 10th. Fairfield, who Lakota West had seen a week ago, had been ranked 12th a week ago. They have dropped away from the point total, and they are somewhere below that now. So 4th, and we're going to go 2. So Malakote had been the punter. We're going to have to see who's out there. Looks like Michael Dorn will run it, and he has the first down. So we didn't see the return of Davis, so I don't know if he was benched or if he got injured on a previous drive. Then we saw the emergence of Malakote, who was hurt on that last play prior to this 4th down run. And then Dorn got back in and ran the ball out of basically the Wildcat. And do we see yet another quarterback? So we see Michael Dorn out in a spot and now a timeout with 3 on the play clock. They really needed a timeout just to sort out who's going to do what. Even if it's a run play, if it's a strict, direct snap to the running back, you still need some organization, and they clearly didn't have it here with 20 seconds left to play here in this first half. 26-0. Bolden with a couple of touchdowns in the first quarter. Then touchdown passes in the second quarter to Lloyd from 47 and to Wilson from 10 yards out, and that has been all the scoring tonight here for Lakota West. 4 touchdowns for Mitch Bolden, 2 passing, 2 throwing. He's got a combined total of 30 to lead the GMC, and he's got quite an argument now to be the GMC Player of the Year, at least on the offensive side of the ball. That has really been a spot for dual threat quarterbacks, and this is something that we can talk through right now. In fact, a bit of a 3-horse race. We saw Talon Fisher a week ago take on Lakota West. He leads the GMC in rushing coming into this week with 1140 and total yards at 2194, and then rushing touchdowns at 12. Princeton's RJ West leads the GMC in completion percentage at an unbelievable 73% and passer rating at 201.7. Out of the timeout, quarterback to throw, and a long one down the sideline, incomplete, out at the 5-yard line. Intended for James Franklin. So a good throw, open space, as Franklin looked like he had beat the cover 2 out on the sideline, but the throw was just a bit too long. That'll bring up 2nd down. We see 19 at quarterback, Virgil Coleman. Coleman to throw again. Now he steps up in the pocket, and he's in traffic, and he'll be dropped back at the 50-yard line. Kofi Bobby in on the stop, as well as Gabriel Flores, and that's the half. So your score at intermission, it's 26-0. Lakota West with a hefty lead on the shoulders and legs of Mitch Bolden. 2 rushing touchdowns in the first quarter, 2 throwing touchdowns in the second period, and that has been the margin here so far this evening. Here on senior night here in Middletown, we will take a short time out here as we gather our thoughts, look to do a recap here on this one, and when we come back, well, after the siesta at halftime, we will break down the first half once more and look ahead to half number 2. It's the GMC here on Chatterbox Plus, powered by Miami University Regionals. Time. It's 26-0. I'm Geoff Kim here in week 9 here on Chatterbox Plus, powered by Miami University Regionals. A couple of short touchdown runs by Mitch Bolden. The first one from 5 yards out with 8:58 left to go in the first period. Point after was good, 7-0. And then it was another touchdown run from Bolden, this time from 27 yards out with 5:08 left to go in the first quarter. No good on the extra point, 13-0. Then on the second half, it was a touchdown connection from Bolden to Lloyd from 47 yards out with 9 minutes left to go till halftime, 19-0. And then the last score of the half, it was Bolden finding Wilson over the middle from 10 yards out. Point after is good. And the game is where we're at right now, 26-0. Mitch Bolden here in the first half was 11 of 17 throwing for 153 yards and a couple of touchdowns. And on the other side for Middletown quarterbacks in the first half were 2 for 7 for a total of 8 yards. 2 for 8, beg your pardon. 2 for 8 for 8 yards. We saw Kellen Davis start the ball game. He came out a little wobbly after, somewhere in the second quarter, had to be replaced late in the quarter by Talon Malakote, who got hit hard out at midfield. And so we've seen a litany here at this case. We saw Michael Dorn with a running play to get a first down on a 4th down play. And then we've seen a couple throws by Virgil Coleman, who's a freshman, 5'9", 155 pounds. So they're really officially, as of right now, down to their 4th quarterback, depending upon the status of Malakote and whether he can get back in, or Kellen Davis if he is good to go in the second half. Lakota West, as we had mentioned, at the top of the standings at 7-0. They can clinch a tie for the conference this year with a win tonight, and they're well on their way. They can outright win the title next week at home against Coleraine. Some other scores to look after around the area. Our feature game on Chatterbox Live, Oak Hills leading Lakota East in the third quarter, 13-7. Some other scores to report from around the area, some of interest. Coleraine leading Hamilton at the half, 14-0. West will see Hamilton a week from tonight. Fairfield and Mason, it's over at Dwyer Field, and the Comets have a 13-7 lead right now at the half. And one of our other games on Chatterbox Plus, it's Edgewood leading Ross at the half, 17-7. And I think as far as conferences are concerned, and a score of note, Princeton leading Sycamore at the half, 42-0. So how this shakes out, we mentioned the Mason score, and they're leading at the half right now as well. How this shakes out is West has wins over Princeton and Mason this year, are undefeated, but a loss tonight, though unlikely, up by 26 at the half. A loss tonight would push them back into a tie, and anything goes next week for the conference title, whether it's a win outright or a title. A win tonight, and no matter what Princeton and Mason does, it's a tie, a clinching of a tie this season for the conference title for Lakota West in football, and they can win it outright next week on senior night in Beckett Ridge against Coleraine in 1 week. So Tyler Bond from his own 40. Middletown will receive here to start things off here in the second half. Looks like Dorn is back all by himself over at the 5-yard line. Young man had a 93-yard kickoff return for a touchdown against Princeton a week ago. Averaging about 25.5 yards per kickoff return this year. We had mentioned earlier in the broadcast how good Tyler Bond had been. 54 kickoffs. Literally half of them have gone for touchbacks this year. So this we'll see if he's up over the 50 or under the 50% mark. But in any case, and we don't know what else is going on in our other games in the GMC tonight, but coming into this ball game, Bond by himself had more touchbacks than the rest of the GMC combined. I think the margin was something like 27-19. So Bond from the 40. And away we go here in the second half. A long boot into the end zone, 3 yards deep, and a touchback, and he's back over 50%. Middletown will attack the southeast end, go left to right, as you're watching along with us at home. It's been Mitch Bolden's show tonight. 4 combined touchdowns, 2 on the ground, 2 through the air. And we're taking a peek out on the field on who will open up the second half at quarterback. And it is Malakote. So Malakote, who got his bell rung late in the first half on a running play, will get the assignment to open up half number 2 at quarterback. And the run play, up the gut for a couple of yards. And a late flag has come in, some extracurriculars. I think there were some words down in the pile. So Chambers on the run, basically no gain, and we're gonna have to sort out the flag and see which way it's going against. Penalties have been an issue, particularly for Middletown, and they're gonna pick up the flag. So whatever was said wasn't said hard enough, and almost no gain, maybe a half-yard gain for Chambers to bring up second and long. Penalties, by the way, have been a problem for Middletown this year. Coming into this ball game, 86 penalties, and this is our 9th game of the year for 738 yards. West had come into this ball game with 57, and they had been penalized 528 yards. You see Phil Phillips coming in as an offensive lineman from Middletown. And forward progress out to the 21, a little short of the 21. Chambers to the left of Malakote, and Malakote will follow off the left side, has some room, getting past Asbeck out toward the 30-yard line. So a good scamper by the quarterback, the backup quarterback, Malakote. So he needed officially 9 for the first down, and they're going to back him up. We thought he had the 30, but they're going to back up the ball out to the 28-yard line. Pulled down by the quarterback, running back taking it up towards the 30. So they're going to give him the first down finally, and they really should have given the first down on the prior play, as Malako really did have the 30 on the prior play. Well, wait a minute. Are they not moving the chains? So now they're finally moving the chains. It took them a little while to get past, and now they will respot, and now the ball is officially at the 30-yard line. So they needed a couple on the play, got a couple from Chambers with 11:20 left to go here in this third period. 26-0. Lakota West has led from the very beginning. And a run play. Malako being stretched out to the sideline, being chased out after a couple of yards. Bobby was there, and so was the sophomore linebacker, Micah Markley. Pickup of 3 on the play. So Malako gives Middletown a little dimension that Kellen Davis didn't really give them, and since the ball really hasn't gone through the air for yardage tonight. And the end-around run, and now coming back, and nowhere to go for Michael Dorn. Dorn found the corner shut off out at the 32-yard line and really just was good enough to get back to the line of scrimmage. So 3rd and 7 with 10:35 to play here in the third. Middletown goes twins to each side. Michael Dorn's in a slot to the right. And Malako will throw, flush from the pocket, chase down to the sideline, throws on the move, out of bounds. And we see another flag on the play, back out at the 33-yard line. The voice you just heard, Mark Davistel, tonight's referee. So West will decline, take the play, and it's 4. Spotted at the 33 in a punting situation. Malako from his own 20. Return man out at the 38. Motion on the line. The initial signal was against Lakota West. Encroachment is the call, so back-to-back penalties. Give a little, take a little, and it'll be 4th and short. 4th, and we'll call it 2, but it'll still be a punting situation, an opportunity, an official stop, just to reset for a substitution. Turn man from his own 30, stationed over at his own 26-yard line. Good snap, and the punt is away. It's a short punt that'll take a nice Middletown roll out to the 27-yard line. So 36 yards on the punt, nothing on the return, and West will get their first opportunity here in this second half with 10:02 remaining here in the third. Glad to have you along for this one in week 9 tonight. I'm Geoff Kim. Thanks for joining us here on Chatterbox Plus, powered by Miami University Regionals. Mitch Bolden out of the gun. They go triplets to the left. And a running play up the middle. Big yards on first down for Davion McCoy. Out to the 47-yard line. He gashed Middletown for 21. Well, they're going to give forward progress back to the 46 and go immediately to the line. So a gain of 20. And now another run, and McCoy is backed up for a loss. First one in there, Jovan Davis. So a loss of 2 on a little stretch play. They didn't stretch out anything. A loss of 2, and it's 2nd and 12 with 9:23 to go here in the third. Triplets to the near side. We'll see if it's McCoy in the backfield with him. It is. Bolden back to throw with time. Now rolls to the right and heaves it down the field for Middies. He's got it out of the 10-yard line. What a catch! A pickup of 46 for Ben Minnick. Mercy, what a play. They'll spot the ball just outside the 10-yard line, out to the 11. And a massive pickup for Bolden, who's closing in on 200 yards passing tonight. 8:56 to go here in this third period, and we'll see what they've got going here. 1st and 10. Bolden the throw, looking left, now looking to the right, and it's incomplete. Not sure who he was really throwing to on that one. Davion McCoy was in the vicinity, and it's incomplete. See Jamon Wallace come into the ball game for Middletown. Second and 10 from the 11. They need the 1 for the line to gain. They can get a first down without it getting a touchdown. Bolden rolls on a half to the left and throws over the middle. Touchdown! The Brennan Remy. 11 yards, and it's 32-0 Lakota West. Mercy. That's the 3rd touchdown pass tonight for Bolden. His 21st of the year, his 31st overall.
Barnitz on for the extra point.
Point after attempt for Tyler Bond is good. 33-0 with 8:35 left to play here in this third period. 5-play drive that chews up 74 yards, a minute and 27 seconds off the clock. It's Bolden to Remy. Bolden gets his 3rd of the night. Remy increases his lead in scoring touchdowns, receiving here. His lead in the GMC this year with 8. He's got 9 touchdowns overall. We had mentioned that Remy leads the GMC. Coming into this ball game, leading the conference in catches, receiving yards, and receiving touchdowns. So at a place that christens an outstanding wide receiver, an Ohio State legend, a Pro Football Hall of Famer, Remy's adding to his own totals here tonight. 33-0. We've got a running clock. And it's a short kick up out to the 16. Return man takes it up the middle and gets what he can get. The return of 10 yards for Lamonte Chambers. Now do have a running clock here in this ball game. I'll be spotted at the 29-yard line. And we'll see if they have another go with Malacote. Malacote's in at quarterback, and they reposition Lamont Chambers, captain on the offensive side, to his left. Triplets to the top of your screen. And now they'll reposition Chambers to the right. We'll see if it's A draw play out to the right, it is, and Malakote gets a couple of yards. Stopped by Kanan Berg, outstanding baseball player for Lakota West, getting some minutes here as it looks like some of the second team is coming on. And actually we see a number of people, other players for Lakota West on the first team still in the game, Berg being kind of an exception. So 2nd and 7 after a pickup of 3 by the quarterback Malakote. High snap, Malakote throws, and it's incomplete, intended for Franklin. He was rushed very heavily. Asbeck had a bead on him, and it'll bring up 3rd down on the incompletion.
Ball is placed on the 31-yard line.
Seven minutes and counting left to go here in this third. 33-0. Lakota West, as we mentioned, has led it from obviously the very beginning. Mitch Bolden has been his own spectacular self, as almost per usual lately. And Malakote to throw with time. He throws. It's high. Incomplete out at the 50-yard line. Intended for DeMarco Paul. And Berg had a bead on him. And it'll be 3 and out for Middletown. So the ball's at the 32-yard line. Malakote to punt. Set up protection for him. Turn man spotted at the 41-yard line. Punt is away. It backs up the return man out to the 38-yard line. And that's Ben Minnick. So we've seen a litany of return men for Lakota West tonight. Brennan Remy to start. Followed by Giovanni Wilson and now Ben Minnick. So 30 yards on the punt, nothing on the return, and we have a clock stop right now on the change of possession. 5:58, frozen on the clock. Lakota West at their own 38-yard line. Bolden to throw, and it's an end-around play to Wilson, who tries to backtrack his steps, and the front line for Middletown wouldn't have any piece of it. Lewis, the first one in there for the Middies. Trayvon Bryant helped clean him up with 5.5 to play here in this third, and no gain on the run play. 2nd and 10. Bolden on a pitch play to the right. And it's McCoy. It looks like a first down game. Davion McCoy with the long legs, and he can pick up a lot of space in a hurry. A pickup of 11. Now they're going to give him forward progress out to the 50, so they give him a few more yards. Right at midfield, 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line with 4:39 to play here in the third. Right now, Lakota West is all they're looking for is the cherry on top of a beautiful Sunday. And McCoy lost the hit on the ball. It's loose on the field. Out at the 44-yard line. West recovers. Johnny Simpson, Johnny literally on the spot to recover the ball.
It'll bring up 2nd down and long for Lakota West.
Good job by Johnny Simpson, younger brother of Anderson Simpson, who we saw start at tight end a year ago for these Firebirds. A loss of 6 on the play, but Lakota West retains possession. A long count for Bolden. Triplets to the short side. And Bolden on a play action. He throws over the middle. And it's complete out to the 40. Receiver takes it across the 35-yard line. He finally hits the big tight end to Luka Gilbert at 6'7". So a pickup of 16 on the pass play. Luka's first catch of the year. Gilbert still in the package as a tight end. And what a big part it is. Half roll for Bolden. Now a full roll, looking to the sideline, throwing. And it is picked off out at the 25-yard line. So a bit of good luck here, the interception and a turnover, and it belongs to Middletown. Ball spotted at the 25-yard line. Was that Dorn that got it? I believe it was. So 3:02 frozen on the clock on the change of possession. Wins to the bottom of your screen. Malakote waits, gives Chambers, tries to run out of a tackle, now sprints out to the right, and a good job stiff-arming the linebacker, pushing him out as he's officially stopped here on this one by Mike Brandkamp. And what is going on here? They are pushing the ball back. So the ball spotted at the 19. I thought Chambers had some forward progress, but they spot him backwards by a big bunch of yards. And Chambers stuck in the backfield again this time, trying to roll past it. Now this time he will lose yards. Kofi Bobby was in on the stop along with Brandkamp once more. Or actually was it Markley? I believe it was Markley. So third down coming up as we melt the clock under 2 minutes here in this third period. And they will position the ball at the far hash mark at the 16-yard line. So a 3-yard loss on the run play. And we'll see if Malakote will put up in the air here on third down. Chambers to his left with 1:25 to go here in the third. And Malakote will put it up, and it'll go to Chambers. Out in space, now tries to cut back in and regain some of that lost yardage out to the 23-yard line. A pick of a 7, but nowhere near enough, obviously, to move the chains.
Back deep for the Firebirds will be number 13, Middies.
And we'll see if it is Minnick again to return from the 45. Punts away. This one will take a Lakota West bounce initially and now go back the way of Middletown. Out to the 44-yard line with 29 seconds left to go. 32 yards on the punt, nothing on the return.
45-yard line, first and 10, Firebirds.
So what has been a really good game for Mitch Bolden. Soured a little bit on that last interception for him, and we'll see if he puts it up on top and try to replace the interception with a completion here as the clock rolls with 15 to go here in this third. It's a run play to end things here in this third. no gain.
McCoy on the carry.
Davion McCoy for no yardage, and we have come to the end of our third period. 12 more minutes left to go here in this one. 33-0 Lakota West here on Chatterbox Plus. $33-0 here as we head to the fourth here in Middletown. 12 more minutes for Lakota West until they can clinch a tie for the conference title, their third straight title this year. We had a turnover on the last play, and so it'll be Middletown to start things off out at the 45-yard line. And they'll go up top on play number one, down the sideline, incomplete. One-on-one coverage down there as they were looking out on the sideline for Chandler Shields. We haven't called his name much, if at all, tonight. I think that might really have been his first look. Malakote and the give to the running back, a few yards up the middle and before the pushback, and now he's still up. Chambers is a little late on the whistle after forward progress had been stopped as they push him back, but they give him forward progress out to the 42-yard line. Clock continues to roll at 10:50 to go here in this fourth. 3rd and 7 from the 42. And encroachment off on the left side. I mean, that one was clear as day as Cam Thomas came across the line in a hurry. Relatively speaking, it's been a clean game from a penalty standpoint. I mean, we've not seen 15-yard majors here tonight. And the 5-yard penalty will bring up 3rd and 2. And the quarterback will keep off the left side, looking for the sideline and looking for the 35-yard line. And boy, he got hit pretty well going out of bounds. Joel Drake in on the stop, as well as Grant Bierman for visiting Lakota West. And the second team is clearly in here this evening. So they moved the chains, and this one, they needed 2. They got 3 out of it, and they moved the ball to the 34. 1st and 10. That's Schroeder in the backfield with Malakote. Malakote, a deep drop with time, now steps up into the pocket and tries to get what he can, a gain of about a yard. Drop by Manny Bayoki. I believe we saw a 99 on the play, and if that's the case, that is Bayoki, who is at 5'11", 235, a senior. So officially no gain for Malakote after the deep drop, and he had time, but receivers just weren't open down the field. Running play, Schroeder to the left, out across the 30, good yards, out to the 26-yard line. Eric Schroeder, a pickup of 7. Clock continues to move at 8:30 left to go in this one. Well, the second team clearly in for Lakota West, but I would imagine we'll see that being the case on the other side when they get back on offense. And probably not the way Tom Bolden wanted to see the offense go out, with 2 straight turnovers here to close out the ball game for the first team. 3rd and 2 officially. And the keeper by the quarterback, who has the first down across the 20 and out to, we'll call it the 16-yard line, a pickup of nearly 10. So Middletown trying to get some points here on senior night. Just get something going as they look ahead to next week. They'll be at Oak Hills to close out the regular season. And do we have a timeout? We have an official stop with 7:28 left to go here in this ball game. Miami University Regionals is accepting applications for 2023 classes. With over 30 majors offered in person and online, you can design a schedule that fits your needs and start earning your Miami degree. Conveniently located in Hamilton, Middletown, Westchester, and online. Learn more at miamioh.edu/regionals. 33-0 here in Middletown at Chris Carter Field. And Chris Carter Field, obviously, Chris, a legend as far as just being a schoolboy legend here in Middletown, then to Ohio State, where he's an All-American, and then he eventually became a Pro Football Hall of Famer, primarily with the Minnesota Vikings as a great receiver there. Funny thing, or an interesting story about Chris that you may or may not have known. Chris is a middle name. Gradual Chris Carter, if I remember correctly. Now, Christopher had been spelled traditionally, but once Carter started watching a favorite wide receiver who played in Cincinnati named Chris Collinsworth, he changed the spelling of his middle name to reflect Collinsworth in the way it was spelled. And out of the timeout, we have a flag with 7:20 left to go. So out of the timeout, it's a backward illegal procedure for Middletown. First down, and it's a run play off to the left. Schroeder gets a good gain, and hanging on for dear life is Aaron Cayo. So on 1st and 15, they move the ball up to, we'll see that looking for the spot, the 13-yard line. So a pickup of 8 with 6.5 to play. They'll trying to get on the board. And a run play to Schroeder, who stretches it out to the sideline to the 10 to the 5. He's in. Touchdown. 33-6 as Middletown's finally on the board. So the first points on the board tonight from Middletown. A 13-yard run play by Schroeder. His second touchdown in 3 weeks. And Zach Johnson on the kick. Point after is up and good. 33-7, the brand new score here in Middletown with 6:10 to go. Eight-play drive that goes 55 yards off the turnover at the end of the third period, and they march it in for 6. Schroeder from 13 yards out on the stretch play to the right, got in for 6, and the point after is good. 33-7 is your score here this evening. And that takes away the running clock. So the running clock is only good if you've got a 30 or more point lead that you can perpetuate. Once that margin goes under 30 in the second half, then you do gotta march it backwards. Now, if I remember correctly, the rule had been that if you get a 30 or more point lead in the first half, that there had to be some sort of agreement to roll the clock. But in any case, we're in the deep in the second half, and we're back to a 26-point margin, and we've got for the foreseeable future, and a line drive kick and a touchback. see who West marches out at quarterback. So once the first team defense had gotten off the field, Middletown marched down pretty quickly and rather decisively with good run plays, gash plays out to the sideline. And it's 15, Nolan Parker, who's the quarterback, 5'8", 150 pounds, a junior. Has been Bolden's primary backup since last year. And the run play goes up the middle for a loss on the play. So a run play, and Cordell Atkins, the running back who got the ball, didn't go anywhere. 5'11", 195 pounds, a junior. So a loss of one officially, forward progress to the 19-yard line. Parker, hands, and this one a tackle in the backfield for a big loss. But Jaden Lewis stopped Davion McCoy in his tracks, a big loss on the play. They'll spot the ball all the way back to the 12-yard line. You don't see that very often, a run play that loses that many. But Lewis was in the backfield. He is something of a Mr. Everything. He's, as Don Simpson calls him, our Aaron Donald. He disrupts everything everywhere he goes. So a loss of 7 on that run play as we melt the clock down to 5 minutes. 3rd and 18, and I expect we'll see another run play, but before with the handoff to Adkins, we have a whistle and a flag from the defensive backfield. When we looked up at the play clocks, everything was at 25, so it was clear that they had run out. And the keeper by Parker, and just really trying to give his punter some room. And a flag at the end of the play as Parker made his way out towards the 10-yard line, and we'll have to see what the flag is. It came in the middle of the scrum. So they're going to march this forward. As soon as we had said there were no major penalties in this one, they'll march the ball up to the 25-yard line. It'll still be 4th down because they need the 30 for the line to gain, so 4th and 5. But we'll see. Lakota West doing some shifting, and we'll see if they actually punt or not. They are motioning like they're going to run a play here. They will punt. Oh, and what could have been a late hit, and it is going to be a late hit. As Dorn gets the ball at the 44-yard line, it gains a couple on what is a 32-yard punt, but we saw a flag as running into the punter appears to be the call here with 4:32 to go. So the punter did not go down, but the contact was palpable. And we do have a discussion out at the 25-yard line. Coming up next week, it'll be Middletown on the road. They'll be at Oak Hills to close out the regular season. And on the other side, it'll be senior night for the Firebirds. They'll be back in Beckett Ridge. They'll take on Coleraine. So Lakota West will retain possession. The ball will be placed at the 30, so running into the kicker and not roughing the kicker is the call, but they retain possession, so take the punt off, and a big penalty that keeps the ball in possession of Lakota West. After they had lost on run plays a couple of times, and Davion McCoy on a little stretch play for one.
McCoy on the carry, brought down by Devon Davis and Terrell. Second down for the Firebirds.
Terrell on the stop along with Davis. A gain of 1 on the play. 4 minutes, 9 seconds left to go until Lakota West can say that they'll have a tie for the conference title in the GMC this year. And they'll have a piece of the title for now their 3rd straight year. They motion McCoy as an H-back to the left. And the run play up the middle for Adkins. He runs over a man out to midfield and was a step away from breaking it. Brought down by Dorn, but a pickup of 18.
On the tackle of number 29, brings up 1st and 10 for Lakota West. Ball at the 48-yard line.
So Cordell Adkins making a claim for more playing time with 3:36 to go. Parker waits for the ball. Adkins another one. He'll stretch it out, but this time he's going to lose yards. Casanova in on the stop.
Brings up 2nd down for Lakota West. Ball placed at
So a 5-yard loss on a stretch play that went literally nowhere. And we've seen a couple of those kinds of runs in which West was stopped in their own backfield by a good distance. Usually you think of run plays that get stopped are shots into the line and pushed back by a defensive line. Here in this case, they're stretch plays that literally go nowhere. Quarterback keeping and maybe a yard. Back to the line of scrimmage for Parker on the carry. .232 left to go till the conclusion of this one.
brings up 3rd down for Lakota West.
Parker calls. Adkins blown up in the offensive backfield once again. Print up in on the stop. And I'll bring up 4th down. With 1:45 to play here in this ball game. This will be 3 straight titles in the GMC for Lakota West. Quite an accomplishment considering the run of success that Coleraine had prior to that. Of course, a common factor had been the head coach, and now we've got a flag. A flag with 1:27 left to go, and they're going to push Lakota West backward. So Coleraine, prior to this new run of dominance here for Lakota West, had Kerry Combs, then Tom Bolden at the helm, and for just about 20 years, they had a run of GMC titles, a share or outright titles. And then the last 3, including this one, it's Bolden's Firebirds. Punt is away. And the return will come after the return man had initially waved everybody off. One of the gunners had come on back to recover. It looks like it was Gavin Thigpen who tried to pick up a couple yards on the sleight of hand. So 1:12 left to go here to the conclusion of this one. Middletown will get the ball one last time. They got a touchdown their last time out. Now they have the ball out at the 32-yard line. So the big paradigm shift, it appears, as we talked about conference titles, is Bolden going from Coleraine, leaving Coleraine, and going to Lakota West. In Bolden's first year at the helm, back in 19, they finished in the middle of the pack. Fairfield was at the top of it with Coleraine. Coleraine ended up winning on the final week, in week 10 of the regular season, in a classic in Fairfield, and that's the last time that anyone other than Lakota West has won a GMC title, as they've now taken their third straight, including what will be a tie officially tonight. And a flag comes out at the end of this running play with 1:04 left to go. So pickup of 10 if the wrong hands up. Flag's still on the field. We still have a little bit of conferencing. See 3 of the officials coming together. So contact to the helmet, and that's a big pickup for Middletown. They got 10 yards on the run play and then tack on some more as they move the ball up to the 42. 1:04 to go as they're trying to tack on another touchdown. And the run play goes nowhere. As we mentioned, next week it'll be a home date for Lakota West against Coleraine, the 2 teams that we've been talking about here in the last minute. And there's some symmetry to this. Obviously, the last 2 teams to win conference championships. And that dates back throughout the entirety of this millennium. 30 seconds to play. Triplets to the left and a run play. Out to the 39-yard line. So Virgil Coleman got the carry. Grant Bierman on the stop as we come down to the final seconds of this one. Middletown will not run another play, and that's it. 33-7 the final, and congratulations Lakota West. The Firebirds at 9-0 have clinched a tie for the GMC conference title for the 3rd straight year. Mercy. It was the Mitch Bolden show tonight. 2 rushing touchdowns in the first quarter, and then he tacked on 3 passing touchdowns. He accounted for 5 more scores and ups his ante in terms of total touchdowns accounted for to 31 this season. And as Lakota West heads into the playoffs, it might not be a need for him to carry on at this pace with the number of touchdowns that he's accounted for. 5 tonight, 5 a week ago, so 10 in 2 weeks. But it'll be a case that as they go deep in the playoffs, they're going to need him as they start taking on some of the bigger throws in the region. As we came into this ball game, Lakota West was ranked 3rd in Region 4. If the season ended today, coming into this one, they would take on, oddly enough, Coleraine. So we'll see if they come up a little bit more. They were just scant fractions of a point behind Elder, who's 2nd here in this one. Middletown came into this one ranked 12th in Region 4, and they would take on Springboro, and I would imagine that'll still kind of hold fast after the loss tonight. 33-7 is the final here in this one. Let's go ahead and run through a quick scoring summary here on this one. With 8:58 left to go here in the first period. 6-0, beg your pardon, 6-0. I beg your pardon, it was 7-0. We are getting ahead of ourselves. So it's 7-0. Bolden on the keeper from 5 yards out. That capped off a 7-play drive that took just about 3 minutes off the clock. Point after is good, 7-0 very early in the first. Then it was another Bolden touchdown run from 27 yards out. Point after no good with 5:08 left to go in the first, 13-0. As we move to the second, it was a hookup from Bolden to Lloyd from 47 yards out. No good on the point after attempt, and with 6:14 left to go till halftime, it was 19-0. Then it was a touchdown pass, the second one of the night for Mitch Bolden. This one to Giovanni Wilson from 10 yards out. Point after is good. And with 5:22 left to go here in the first half, it was 26-0. West's final touchdown came with 8:35 left to go in the third period. It was a touchdown pass, the third of the night from Bolden to Remy Brennan Remy got his touchdown from 11 yards out. Point after's good. 33-0, and then the final score of the night, it was Eric Schroeder touchdown run around the right end with 6:10 left to go in the ball game. Point after good, and the final score in this one, 33-7. Lakota West victorious again tonight. They have run their record to 9-0, perfect in 9 attempts, and the Middies dropped to 3-6, 2-6 in the GMC. Time now for our headlines play of the night. I'm going to go with the touchdown from Mitch Bolden to Brennan Remy from 11 yards out in the third period that gave Bolden his 3rd touchdown pass of the night and his 5th overall. And that is our play of the night, powered by Headline Sportswear. So we look forward to seeing you in week number 10. We'll be in Beckett Ridge. I imagine Kevin, who's been our videographer tonight, will certainly be back with us. I would imagine. I'm looking at him right now, and we seem to be a tag team here for the rest of the way. So again, a fine effort tonight for victorious Lakota West as they run their record, again, to 9-0 on the strength of a 33-7 win here in Middletown. The Middies fall to 3-6 here on senior night. Thanks go out to Mike Ackley, our videographer tonight, for shooting this one here in Chris Carter Field. Again, Mitch Bolden accounting for 5 touchdowns, 3 through the air, 2 on the ground. I'm Geoff Kim. Good night from Middletown.